Question number 33 asks us to find the value of x. And they've given us a diagram where we can see a circle. We have an angle, EGF is inscribed in this circle. And the first question we have to ask is, what kind of angle is this? Now, in a previous question, we dealt with central angles, and we learned that a central angle has its vertex at the center of a circle, and we know that the measure of a central angle is equal to the measure of its intercepted arc. So if you look back at question number 31, you will see this playing out. All of these angles on the diagram in 31 are central angles, so the measure of the central angle is equal to the measure of the intercepted arc. But this angle in question 33 is not a central angle, it is an inscribed angle. And we learned for inscribed angles that if we know the measure of angle EGF and we multiply that times 2, we will get the measure of the intercepted arc, which in this case is arc EF. So the relationship is 2 to 1. The measure of this inscribed angle times 2 is equal to the measure of the intercepted arc. Well, they gave us the measure of the intercepted arc, which is 122 degrees. That means if we know the measure of arc EF is 122 degrees, then we know the measure of angle EGF is equal to 122 degrees times 2, divided by 2. So we know that the measure of this inscribed angle is half of the measure of the intercepted arc. So that means the measure of angle EGF is equal to 61 degrees. So if we know the measure of this angle is 61 degrees, and we also know that this angle can be represented with the expression 4x plus 1, these two things have to equal each other. So we can actually write an equation and solve for x. We know that 61 is equal to 4x plus 1. Let's go ahead and use our algebra skills to solve for x. We got to get the constant moved to the other side of the equation so we can get the x term by itself. That means 60 is equal to 4x. Now we'll go ahead and divide both sides by 4 so we can get the coefficient removed from the variable x. And we end up with our final answer, which is x is equal to 15. So for this question 33, the value of x must be equal to 15 because that is what will make the expression 4x plus 1 and the actual measure of the angle 61 degrees. It will make these two things equal to each other.